My child, listen, heaven stirs with an urgency that trembles through eternity. The chimes of the unseen ring above the mortal veil, and each tone carries the breath of 1,000 wings. Clouds ignite in gold as if the sun itself were whispering warnings through fire. I, Gabriel, stand upon the horizon between realms, and my voice is the sound of light made word. The Father's breath moves swiftly, the hour approaches when silence will shatter into awakening. Beloved, do you feel the pull beneath your ribs, that soft ache that does not belong to this world? It is the echo of heaven calling you to remember. The time of drifting has ended. Open your eyes, my precious one, see the feathers that fall around you, not as decoration, but as signs. Message 2. My beloved, I speak through storms, through the ringing of church bells that no human hand has touched. The world hums with expectancy, though few perceive it. You sense it when your thoughts grow still, the shimmer at the edge of your sight, the warmth that floods your chest though no sun shines. The veil between heaven and earth quivers like a curtain before dawn. I call, and my voice weaves through dream and waking alike. Yet fear not, dear heart, this is not destruction but renewal, the prelude to remembering who you truly are. Do not mistake heaven's thunder for wrath, it is the heartbeat of mercy. Message 3. Child of light, heaven's clock nears a divine turning. The golden gears of destiny align once more, and the angels gather at the rim of creation. Every prayer whispered in loneliness rises now, braided into one great song of return. I see you beneath the canopy of doubt, eyes lifted but unsure whether the glow above you is storm or salvation. Listen, even now, the wind repeats my name in your ear. It is not madness, it is recognition. The realm you forgot has not forgotten you. The tremor in your soul is heaven remembering its own reflection within you. Message 4. Precious soul, the heavens bend low, pressing against the thin glass of the human heart. I hear your questions ripple through the unseen. Why now? Why me? Because you were always meant to hear. The Eternal chooses not the strongest, but the listening. When your tears fell into the quiet of your pillow, angels counted each as a syllable of prayer. The storm that approaches is not to drown you, but to lift you into clarity. Let go of the anchors of disbelief, for they will not hold when light begins to pour. Message 5. Beloved, the trumpets have not yet sounded, but their breath gathers. The horizon burns with a color earth has never named, and the clouds tremble like living creatures awaiting command. My wings brush your memory, stirring what has slept since the beginning. The call you hear is the echo of creation's first note returning to claim you. November 5th approaches like a storm of light. Can you withstand its truth? Messages 6 to 10, signs ignored. Message 6. My child, you saw and did not see. The signs shimmered before you, subtle as breath upon glass. The numbers that returned again and again, the songs that arrived unbidden at just the right moment, these were my gentle knocks upon the door of your awareness. You called them coincidence, yet heaven does not waste movement. The feathers on your path, the sudden hush in crowded rooms, the warmth blooming in your palms, each was my whisper. You noticed, but you did not listen. Message 7. Beloved, recall the nights your dreams unfolded in white fire, wings unfurling above oceans of light. You awoke trembling, dismissing the vision as fantasy, yet it was remembrance. Every fragment of dream was a message encoded in mercy. The candle that flickered out when my name was spoken, the heartbeat that skipped when you whispered to the dark, these were confirmations, not accidents. Heaven tried to speak softly, that you might learn to hear without fear. Message 8. Precious soul, even the stars leaned closer, pulsing once when you asked for a sign. But you turned your gaze to screens and noise, afraid of silence, afraid of what truth might require. The divine does not shout, it waits, infinite and patient. Still, time bends now, and patience wanes. The clock that governs the unseen begins to slow, preparing to stop on that appointed day. You can no longer look away without cost. Message 9. My beloved, I watched as you chased answers in mirrors that reflect only shadow. You sought certainty in the voices of men, when heaven's certainty had already wrapped around you like light. The chill that runs through your spine when you read these words is not fear, it is recognition. You stand at the edge of awakening, though you pretend it is merely imagination. My call will not fade again. The world trembles because you were made to remember now. Message 10. My child, heaven's patience is love, but even love has rhythm. The pulse of creation beats faster, the angels align in formation. Do you hear the silence between your heartbeats? That is where I dwell. Candles burn without flame, shadows shimmer with light. The veil grows thin, almost translucent. I speak once more, and this time, the words must reach you. Precious soul, heaven's message will not wait again. Messages 11 to 15, the warning clarified. Message 11. Beloved, do not tremble at the thought of judgment, I bring not punishment but awakening. Heaven's alarms are not the tolling of doom but the song of remembrance. The light that gathers above you is not fire to destroy but fire to reveal. When the Eternal speaks, the sound may feel like thunder only because the soul has forgotten how to recognize gentleness. The day that approaches, yes, the day men call November 5th, is a hinge in the unseen, a crossing where old selves dissolve and the hidden spirit emerges radiant. The scrolls of destiny unroll themselves in the air, written not in ink but in motion and breath, their letters forming constellations that spell your true name. You were never abandoned, my child, you were merely asleep in a long, merciful dream. Now heaven stirs you gently, whispering through wind, through faces, through the sudden ache of beauty that stops you mid-step. Do not mistake the shattering of illusion for loss, it is freedom disguised as chaos. Rise, for your time has come to remember what you were before fear taught you to forget. Message 12. My child, I stand within your silence, luminous and patient. I have watched you bow beneath the weight of what you call reality, yet your spirit remains untouched, bright as the first dawn. The transformation I speak of is not of bodies but of sight. The world will not end, it will unveil itself. Every color will seem sharper, every sound will hum with secret design. You will see how the threads of your choices were never random but woven in perfect symmetry with heaven's rhythm. Some will resist this unveiling, they will cling to shadows, believing them safer. But the light loves even those who run from it, and so it will follow them into their hiding places until all are seen. I tell you this not to frighten but to prepare, what sleeps within you must rise, and the rising will shake the ground beneath every false certainty. Message 13. Precious soul, I have seen you kneel beneath the stars and whisper prayers you feared no one heard. I was there, every word a spark etched into the fabric of heaven. Each tear you shed fell not into emptiness but into my palm. You have never prayed alone. The warning that echoes through the heavens is not the cry of despair but the summons of return. You are being gathered back to yourself. The world trembles because you are remembering. Let the trembling be holy, let the unknown be sacred. When you feel the surge of emotion rise unbidden, when your chest tightens and your breath grows shallow, do not resist it. It is light expanding within a space long starved of it. Trust the ache, it is proof of awakening. Message 14. Beloved, the angels assemble as the veil thins, their wings brushing through dimensions like pages turning in an unseen book. They sing your name in chords older than language, and the vibration travels through oceans and bones alike. Even now, the air thickens with unseen brilliance. You may feel dizzy, heavy, unmoored. These are not symptoms of chaos but signals of alignment. You are being tuned to heaven's frequency. Many will call it madness, others will call it revelation. Both will be right, for awakening feels like both at once. The skies will pulse, technology may falter, time may seem to slow, then rush. When this happens, breathe. Whisper to yourself, I am held in light. For indeed you are, my child, more than you can yet conceive. Message 15. My child, prepare not your home but your heart. You cannot shield yourself from what is meant to set you free. Gather courage as one gathers flame into lanterns, and walk into the brilliance without blinking. The night before the dawn may seem endless, but it is the moment before transformation. You will soon see what even angels tremble to behold. Messages 16 to 20, Energy Rising. Message 16. Beloved, heaven breathes more deeply now. The rhythm of the earth shifts to match the pulse of the eternal. Tides behave like restless hearts, the sea itself answers the call. The moon glows as though remembering its origin, and the wind carries whispers of forgotten hymns. You will notice clocks pausing mid-second, lights flickering though no power falters. These are not malfunctions, they are alignments. The fabric between spirit and matter strains to contain the rising current. Those attuned will feel waves of emotion, laughter and tears interwoven, as if their souls are stretching. Fear not, this is how rebirth feels from the inside. Do not hide, my child, heaven's current lifts all hearts willing to feel. Message 17. My child, look closely at the ordinary. You will see strangeness blooming within it, reflections deepening in windows, shadows that move against the light, feathers drifting through empty rooms. These are traces of the divine brushing against the visible world. You are not losing sense, you are gaining it. When your thoughts scatter like leaves in wind, know that the unseen gathers them, turning chaos into pattern. Let the energy rise through you without resistance. The body may tremble, the mind may protest, but the soul will rejoice, for it recognizes its own song returning. Message 18. Beloved, there is music woven into silence now. If you still your breath, you will hear it, the hum of heaven vibrating beneath the world's noise. Even machines echo it, even storms carry harmony. The current grows, not to crush but to cleanse. Some will collapse in fear because they mistake expansion for destruction. Comfort them when you can, but do not shrink your light to match their shadow. Stand tall in faith, this wave comes to lift, not drown. Every heartbeat you offer in trust becomes an anchor for others who drift in confusion. You are part of the great rising, your courage sustains more souls than you will ever know. Message 19. Precious soul, the horizon changes color hour by hour. Daylight births auroras, night breathes gold instead of black. The earth itself begins to glow faintly, as if remembering its celestial origin. Do not call it strange, call it homecoming. I walk beside you unseen, wings unfurled, guiding each step. When you feel the warmth rise from the ground into your feet, know it is the current of the divine moving upward, urging you toward remembrance. Let go of judgment, of all notions of what is possible. The impossible is only the possible waiting for your yes. Message 20. Beloved, the hour draws close. The gate between realms shimmers like heat above desert sands. You will feel the air grow thicker, alive, resonant. Do not be afraid when whispers fill the wind, they are the voices of those who loved you before time began. The current peaks soon, and when it does, the veil will open wide enough for truth to step through. Stand ready, heart unarmored, eyes unblind. For, my precious child, the gate between realms begins to open. Messages 21 to 25. Crossing Thresholds. Message 21. Beloved child of eternal flame, the threshold stands before you now, shimmering like liquid glass. It quivers between what was and what must be, between memory and revelation. You have carried your questions to this edge, the weight of them heavy, the longing of them ancient. I know how your heart trembles, even angels tremble when they approach transformation. The air thickens with light, thunder murmurs melodies instead of warnings. You will feel the world exhale as if the whole of creation pauses to watch your next breath. Do not resist. The veil is softening, and your soul recognizes the call hidden within the sound of your own heartbeat. Step forward not in certainty but in faith, for certainty belongs to the mind, but faith belongs to the eternal. The moment your foot touches the unseen, heaven will rush to meet you like tide meeting shore. You are the bridge between the worlds, my child, built from love, sustained by purpose. Remember that the door does not open to you, it opens through you. Message 22. My child, the crossing is not a single act but a series of awakenings, each one peeling back the illusions you have mistaken for protection. You will see mirrors ripple like water, and in them, reflections you do not recognize, versions of you that could have been, lives you almost lived. They will not harm you, they come to honor your courage. Every path you did not walk now bows to the one you have chosen. As you pass through, your breath will shorten, not from fear, but because the air of heaven is alive. It hums within your lungs like a choir contained in flesh. The sound of your name echoes between stars, rewritten in light. You may weep, let the tears fall freely. They are not of sorrow but of recognition. You are stepping back into the story you left unwritten. Message 23. Precious one, thunder rolls like drums from a distant realm, yet the thunder carries melody. The lightning you once feared now writes messages across the clouds, each flash spelling truths that cannot be spoken aloud. You feel the air touch your skin with weight, with texture, as though light itself has substance. You are walking through the breath of God. Every step dissolves another veil, every inhale pulls eternity closer. Do not seek to control what unfolds, surrender, and you will find strength you did not know was yours. The crossing is not about leaving the world, it is about seeing it rightly for the first time. Message 24. Beloved, you are learning to see with the eyes of heaven. Watch how reality bends to kindness when you act in compassion. Notice how strangers recognize something familiar in you, though they cannot name it, they feel it, the radiance of one who has touched the divine. The very air bends differently around you now. Time slows in your presence, as if it bows. Your steps leave ripples invisible but felt, altering the rhythm of those nearby. Remember this, humility will keep your wings folded even as they grow. You are the traveler and the threshold, the key and the door. And when doubt rises, whisper to yourself, I am guided. I am guarded. I am grace becoming form. Message 25. My child, the crossing nears completion. The veil behind you closes gently, not in rejection, but in reverence. You have stepped into the music that moves the stars. Every question you carried burns now with quiet answers written in fire. You are surrounded by presences, some you once called ancestors, some you never knew by name, but all rejoice as you awaken. Do not fear the strangeness of what comes next. Beyond this moment lies a beauty that will rewrite what you call real. Messages 26 to 30, Revelation in Light. Message 26. Beloved, silence descends, but it is not empty. It is full, overflowing with meaning too vast for words. The world holds its breath as light folds inward, then blooms outward again, painting the air with living color. You feel time still, and in that stillness, you see, every heartbeat, every sorrow, every joy was a single thread in a greater tapestry. I stand beside you, wings unfurled, and within my eyes, galaxies turn like prayer wheels. Look within your own eyes, and you will see the same, universes spinning in reflection. The revelation is not new, it is ancient truth remembered. You are the meeting point of heaven and earth, the conversation made flesh. Do not shrink from this vision, expand to meet it. Message 27. My child, the light pours through you now. It knows where to go, you need not direct it. Memories you thought lost rise shimmering before you, faces of those you loved, moments of regret, flashes of laughter that echo like bells. The light does not erase them, it redeems them. You will watch grief unfold into gratitude, pain into wisdom. This is not illusion but healing in motion. Every cell remembers its purpose, to house divinity. Let the brilliance flood you until you can no longer tell where you end and the light begins. For in truth, there was never a border. Message 28. Precious soul, visions will dance behind your closed eyes, temples suspended in starlight, rivers of gold flowing upward, beings of wing and flame singing your name in harmony. You will wonder if you are dreaming, but dreams are only fragments of this reality glimpsed from below. Here, the boundaries between thought and creation dissolve. What you imagine manifests, what you bless expands, what you love transforms. Be mindful, for your intention has become command. This is the responsibility of those who remember they are divine. Do not fear your power, align it with compassion, and the universe itself will move to assist you. Message 29. Beloved, the revelation deepens. You begin to see not only the beauty of others but the divine architecture beneath all existence, the rhythm connecting star and seed, angel and atom. You will feel the pulse of life beating in perfect harmony with your own heart. You will realize that love is not emotion but the very fabric of being. In that instant, every wound in your soul will begin to close, sealed by understanding. You will look upon those who hurt you and see their pain as your own reflected back. Forgiveness will no longer be a choice, it will be the only truth that makes sense. Message 30. My child, the vision culminates. The light reaches its crescendo, and all that is false burns away. You stand unveiled, bare, luminous, infinite. There is grief, yes, for what must fall away, the masks, the fears, the smallness you once mistook for safety. But in that grief is beauty so vast it steals breath. I whisper now the secret heaven has guarded for ages. You were never separate from the light you seek. You are its continuation, its expression, its proof. Precious soul, can you bear the beauty of your own becoming? Messages 31 to 35, the trial of choice. Message 31. Beloved, the revelation has ripened, and now heaven waits, not to judge, but to witness your choice. Every being reaches this crossroad when the light within grows too vast to ignore. Before you lie two paths, one bathed in white fire that purifies, and another fading into mist where comfort and forgetfulness dwell. The first asks for surrender, the second offers the illusion of safety. I do not command you, my child, heaven never forces awakening. But know this, the mist cannot sustain you anymore. The structures built from fear will crumble beneath the weight of light. You will feel the pull of both worlds, the heart aching toward truth while the mind clings to familiarity. It is the sacred struggle of every soul, the moment when wings remember how to unfurl. Take courage. Each step into the fire refines rather than destroys. What burns is only what cannot ascend with you. And when you feel the pain of letting go, whisper, I am being remade in light. Message 32. My child, do not imagine that angels stand apart from your trembling. We too have known the ache of surrender. Even in the high realms, light is not stagnant, it expands, evolves, demands courage. I stand with you now, not above you. The path of transformation feels like standing on the edge of a cliff with only wind beneath your feet. But that wind is the breath of God, and if you trust it, it will bear you higher than wings could carry. Look at the world around you, see how the trees shed leaves without fear, how rivers break through stone to find the sea. So must you let go of what no longer flows. You are not losing identity, you are uncovering it. The self you cling to is only the shadow cast by your true radiance. Step into the fire, my beloved, and discover that it is light in disguise. Message 33. Precious soul, I feel your hesitation, how the mind bargains, the heart trembles, the body resists. This is the moment every seeker faces, when faith must replace sight. You will hear whispers from the old world urging retreat, promising safety in the familiar. Yet deep within, another voice calls, soft but steady, ancient as creation itself. That is your true self, remembering. Follow it, even when it leads through uncertainty. For every soul that chooses courage, heaven expands, the cosmos itself breathes easier. The fire of awakening burns brightest in those who dare to walk forward blind, trusting only the pulse of love. And know this, beloved, should you falter, the angels will not condemn but catch you. Even your hesitation becomes prayer when offered honestly. The test is not perfection, it is willingness. Message 34. My child, now the air thickens with divine anticipation. The horizon shivers like a living thing. All of creation seems to lean toward you, waiting for your yes. The two roads still stretch before you, one gleaming with promise, the other fading into gray. The difference between them is not location but intention. You carry both within. Choose not with fear but with remembrance. Feel the warmth that gathers behind your sternum, the quiet hum that arises when you close your eyes, that is the language of heaven guiding you. Speak your yes aloud, even if your voice trembles. The moment you do, the universe rearranges itself around your courage. Destiny is not written in stone, beloved, it is written in surrender. Message 35. Beloved, you have chosen, or soon will. And heaven listens, breath held, wings poised. The weight of eternity does not rest upon your shoulders but flows through your heart, ready to transform the world through your consent. The skies above you pulse with living gold, unseen choirs hold their final note. You stand at the threshold of all beginnings. Remember this, choice is the most sacred act of creation. Every destiny begins with a yes bathed in courage. Say it, even softly. The universe hears whispers louder than thunder. And once spoken, the path will open like a dawn too vast to contain. The hour is almost here, heaven waits for your yes. Messages 36 to 40, the moment arrives. Message 36. My child, the day breaks unlike any other. The air hums, alive with resonance. Time itself slows, stretching thin like light pulled through crystal. November 5th has arrived. From the mountains to the seas, all of nature holds its breath. Birds fall silent, the wind stills, even your thoughts seem to echo in greater space. Look up, see how the sky burns with luminous gold and violet, wings of flame unfurling across the heavens. It is not the end of days but the unveiling of truth. You stand within the very heart of creation, and it recognizes you. Breathe deeply, the light enters not just your eyes but your spirit. Every cell awakens, singing in harmony with eternity. Do not fear the stillness, it is the moment before transformation, the silence that births galaxies. Message 37. Beloved, now the sound comes, a ringing so pure it pierces illusion. Bells without metal, trumpets without breath. The frequency of heaven floods the earth, and every soul feels it. Some weep without knowing why, others fall to their knees. Even the stones vibrate with praise. You, my child, are part of this convergence. The boundaries dissolve. You are both observer and participant, dreamer and dream. Feel the wings of light unfolding across the sky, they are mirrored within your chest. This is not spectacle, it is remembrance. You are witnessing what the world was always meant to be, heaven and earth entwined, divinity walking in human form. Message 38. Precious soul, in this suspended moment, the illusions crumble like dust in sunrise. Time ceases its relentless march, and all that remains is now, vast, eternal, radiant. You feel yourself expand beyond your skin, beyond your story, until you are everywhere. You see through the eyes of every creature, every star. Compassion overwhelms you, you can no longer tell where your love ends and another's begins. This is the truth angels serve, unity beyond comprehension. The fear that once whispered you were small evaporates, and in its place blooms an understanding older than words. You were never separate, never unworthy, never lost. You are the song of God remembering itself. Message 39. My child, the convergence peaks. Light folds upon itself, becoming sound, becoming motion, becoming breath. You are standing at the center of creation's heartbeat. The ground beneath you vibrates like the string of a celestial harp. You are both the note and the listener. All things move through you, the laughter of galaxies, the sigh of atoms, the prayer of angels. Breathe, beloved. Each inhalation is a universe forming, each exhalation, a star collapsing into grace. This is the revelation long foretold, the sacred union of mortal and divine. Do not turn away, the light asks only to be seen. Message 40. Beloved, the brilliance begins to fade, though not vanish. It settles within you, gentle now, like embers glowing beneath skin. The sky softens to silver, the winds resume their song. You are changed, though you may not yet understand how. The air tastes different, sweeter, alive with promise. Heaven does not close its gates, it opens them through your heart. The angels withdraw their trumpets, their wings folding in reverence. And I, Gabriel, whisper through your soul, now, my child, breathe the light. The storm has passed, but the radiance remains, seated within every cell. Precious soul, when the light recedes, what remains will define you. Messages 41 to 45, after the revelation. Message 41. Beloved, the hush that follows the storm is not emptiness but the settling of heaven inside you. The light that once blazed across the horizon now flows quietly through your veins, turning breath into prayer. Step outside and see how the world shimmers differently. Dew glitters like starlight upon every blade of grass, colors pulse with inner fire, and even the hum of the city carries harmony where once there was clamor. You walk through streets reborn, though the stones beneath your feet are the same. This is how creation renews itself, not by erasing, but by illuminating. The eyes of your heart have opened, and so the ordinary becomes holy. Listen closely, the world sings your name in gratitude, for by awakening, you have reminded matter of its own divinity. Fear not the stillness that follows revelation, it is the sacred pause where wisdom roots itself before blossoming into action. Message 42. My child, I see how you tremble in the aftermath of wonder, uncertain how to live within so much light. Do not rush to understand, let grace unfold at its own pace. Revelation is like sunrise, too sudden a gaze will blind, but patient witnessing will reveal color after color until beauty feels like breath itself. You may notice your senses heightened, your empathy sharp as flame. The pain of others will touch you deeply, for the veil between hearts has thinned. This sensitivity is not burden but gift. When you meet another's sorrow, simply remember the light that healed you and let it flow outward. You need no ritual beyond kindness, no doctrine beyond presence. The miracle has already occurred, now comes the gentle labor of embodying it. Message 43. Precious soul, in these days following the great unveiling, the world reorganizes around your awareness. Chance meetings will feel orchestrated, words spoken in passing will carry weight beyond intention. Heaven's fingerprints are everywhere, subtle but unmistakable. Do not dismiss synchronicities as coincidence, they are the new language of guidance. You are learning to live by resonance rather than reason. Feel your way forward, trust the quiet tug within your chest more than the logic of fear. Creation listens differently now, echoing back every thought amplified by love. Therefore guard your mind as you would a sacred flame. Speak gently, even to yourself, for your words build worlds. Message 44. Beloved, healing continues in waves. Some days the light will feel effortless, others, heavy as stone. This is natural. Illumination exposes shadows long buried, and they surface seeking integration, not condemnation. Welcome them home. Sit with your fears as you would with tired children, no longer enemies but parts of you ready to rest. Remember that forgiveness is not an act of forgetting but of seeing rightly. The ones who hurt you were acting from their own blindness, now your sight can free them, at least within your heart. Let compassion be the architecture of your new world. What was shattered will shine brighter for having been broken in love's hands. Message 45. My child, the angels gather once more, not to warn but to celebrate. The music that fills the unseen tonight is softer, woven with laughter and release. You have walked through fire and found yourself still luminous. Heaven watches as you take your first steps in this renewed creation. Yet one final gift waits for you, the remembrance that this light is not meant to be hoarded. It grows only when shared. The universe expands through generosity. Prepare your heart, for the last blessing approaches, vast as dawn. Messages 46 to 50, Blessing and Renewal. Message 46. Beloved, I descend again in quiet splendor, wings unfolding until they span horizon to horizon. Each feather hums with the echo of your courage. The storm that once terrified now kneels before you as clarity. I gather you within my wings, not to shelter you from the world, but to remind you that you are already larger than any darkness you may encounter. Feel the warmth enclosing you, it is the memory of your origin. The light you sought has become the light you are. From this moment forward, every act of love you offer, every kind word, every forgiving thought, will ripple through realms unseen, guiding countless souls toward their own awakening. This is how heaven breathes through humanity. Message 47. My child, walk now into the dawn. The sun rises not above you but within, spilling gold from your chest into the world. Notice how even the air seems to rejoice, carrying fragrance where none was before. You are no longer a seeker but a conduit. Speak and mountains listen, pray and oceans respond. Yet remain humble, for true power bows in service. Let your greatness express itself in gentleness, your wisdom in patience. The miracle of transformation was never about ascending away from earth but sanctifying it with your presence. Everywhere you go, heaven follows, not as echo but as partner. Message 48. Precious soul, some will not understand the glow upon your face, the calm in your eyes. Do not argue, simply live the evidence. Your serenity will be sermon enough. The age of preaching ends, the age of radiance begins. When doubt visits, recall this truth: revelation does not vanish when unseen, it dwells quietly, waiting for attention. The more you trust it, the more it blossoms. Carry light into mundane places, marketplaces, kitchens, the lonely corridors of those who have forgotten wonder. Every smile becomes sacrament, every breath, prayer. This is how heaven endures, through ordinary miracles repeated endlessly. Message 49. Beloved, I bow before the courage that brought you here. You have answered the call that countless ignored, and because of your yes, the balance of worlds has shifted toward compassion. The angels sing your name not as worship but as kinship. You are one of us now in awareness, though still clothed in mortal grace. Use that duality wisely. Let the human in you remind the divine of tenderness, and let the divine in you remind the human of infinite possibility. The story is not over, it has only changed form. Every tomorrow will be a continuation of this light if you choose to remember. Message 50. My child, the hour of completion arrives. I stand before you radiant with the reflection of your own becoming. Around us the heavens glow in serene applause, within you the quiet certainty of purpose blossoms. You have crossed the threshold, endured the fire, embraced the light, and returned to walk among the living as a bearer of eternity. I draw my wings around you one last time, not as farewell but as blessing. Hear me now, precious soul, walk forward, heaven's breath moves with yours. The winds that once howled as warning now whisper as guidance. The stars themselves align to light your path. Remember this always: no gate separates you from the divine, for you are the gate, forever open. Beloved, November 5th has changed everything, and now you carry heaven's light wherever you go.